I am Nick Shell, the true alpha male, the living legend. And I realized today I had a breakout moment, a milestone achieved today when I was at the gym. I went this morning, it's a Saturday morning for me. I mentioned before that part of my warm-up for my workouts is that there's this thing, I guess you could either call it a plow or a sled, but it's just pure steel and you push it across the astroturf. And you can end up putting weights on it, but me being newer, my goal is just to, and it's 68 feet, by the way. I thought it was 53. I looked at it today. It's 68 feet that I'm pushing this big metal sled thing, 68 feet both ways, times 3. And the whole goal was to be able to do it 3 times without stopping. And today was the first time I was able to do that. I was so proud of myself because it's been paying off. It's been very difficult. But the first time I did it, I barely made 1 round and I was just beat. I mean, granted, it was still a struggle, but I was able to do it and I had a little bit extra energy than I even thought I would be able to do this thing. So there you go. It's paying off, but it took me, and I thought, wait, have I been doing this thing a month? And so yeah, like as of today, it's been a month. So coincidentally, it took me that long. So I thought I should make a video just to talk about what it's been like for me to be going to the gym for an entire month. Now, I basically should say that I'm going daily, but I've mentioned that I take 1 day off a week. I make myself take a day off. I don't want to, but I know that I'm supposed to so that my muscles, I guess, in theory get big or whatever, because you got to give them a rest. So I have been taking off 1 day a week. And then typically there's another day a week that I'll still work out, but it's a 3-mile run and I'm running as hard as I can. So that's only about the 30-minute thing for me compared to at the gym. I'm usually there at least a solid hour, at least. So a month later, what difference can I see, I guess is what I should say. Physically, I don't know that I can really tell much of a difference. I can look at my arms and see that there is more of a curve here. I don't know that I've really necessarily slimmed down any. And I do know that when you're new to lifting weights, there's a process where you do gain more fat as you're gaining your muscle mass through consuming more protein, which I am. Most days I'm doing 4 eggs a day minimum, especially after my workouts. And sometimes I have a 60 grams of protein smoothie, which hardly has any carbohydrates in it. So I'm doing these things as far as my macros, as far as the lean proteins and getting as much as I can, not doing processed carbohydrates, and then making sure I have the right amount of good fats. Trying to get more of that from avocado and coconuts, more so than saturated fat, like from meat, for example. So as far as how I feel mentally, absolutely 100%, I feel great. I'm more awake, I'm more alert, I have more energy, I'm happier. So it's been, that reason alone would be the reason I want to do this the rest of my life. But I understand it's gonna be probably, in my mind, it's gonna be 3 months before I can look at the mirror and see a difference, or more importantly, feel it in my waist. So I'm on the 2nd slot on my belt, but now I can get down to just the first one sometimes. So I am seeing that, but it's not like I'm going back to my older pair of pants and I'm able to fit into my 32 waist or 31. I'm still in the 34s, because even when they're shrunk in the wash, that's still kind of my speed, just to be on the safe side so that I'm not uncomfortable. So I would say, and as far as my weight, I think of actually, not that it matters, weight doesn't matter when you're doing this, because all it means is you're gaining more muscle mass. Ultimately, that's what matters. But I think I have gained more weight. But I'm very excited about this, and I imagine the 3-month mark, I'll be able to really get to where, hey, maybe I can fit into my older, smaller pants now. Maybe I can actually get away with this. And that's ultimately, I shared my goal. My goal is when I'm standing sideways, my chest comes out more than my stomach. And right now, that's not the case. My stomach comes out further than my chest. So I want to reverse that, and I think if I can do that, then a lot of things will take care of themselves. So let's see what happens at the 3-month mark. We're at 90 days. Right now I'm at 30 days. And ultimately, really, at the end of the year. And it's not just about working out and doing it daily, but it's also, again, about what I eat. And I'm doing the intermittent fasting. I'm faithful to that. I will not eat anything until 11 a.m. I will do black coffee and I will do water. That's it. Even when I work out, and especially when I work out, everything I've read says the best thing to do is to work out on an empty stomach because you're going to burn more fat that way. So on the weekends, I especially am able to do that. Then when I come home, eat my eggs at 11. And other than that, I make sure to try to eat a salad every day as well. And stay away from processed carbohydrates and sugar. For my carbohydrates, I'm really looking more at oats and rice noodles, that sort of thing. Or a whole grain bread, like Ezekiel bread, that kind of bread where there's hardly any carbohydrates in it. It's mainly fiber more than anything. So that's what I'm doing. 30-day mark. I've been doing this for a month faithfully, and it's funny because I'm there almost every day, and I'll see other people, they're there a couple of days a week, and that's fine as long as they're happy doing that, reaching their goals. But I'm like, wow, I really am putting a lot into this. I'm not just playing around. I bought my annual pass for the gym, and I'm going every day. Unfortunately, in the midst of Corona 2020, they haven't closed down the gym. They're just obviously very strict about wiping down equipment, which they already were. They're big on limiting the classes. But it's like I went to yoga Pilates, there was only 2 people there, and usually there's only half a dozen of us. So that really wasn't an issue. I haven't been affected by that. And I'm very grateful because I know that part of being prepared for coronavirus 2020 is that you are exercising. So there you go. A month in the 30-day mark, here I am. I guess I should revisit this at the 90-day mark and we can see if we see a difference. But most importantly, it's not even so much about looking at me, it's about how are my pants fitting. If by default I'm wearing 39, I'm thinking about my age, in less than a month I'll be 39. If I'm wearing 34 pants and that's still my size, I haven't reached my goal yet. Goal number 1, fit into 32 pants, ideally 31, but ultimately chest stick out more than my stomach. I know it's for the camera, but yeah, see there's that slope there. It comes down. It's not like I have necessarily a big belly or you would see me, oh yeah, that guy's definitely got a dad bod. But if I don't do something about it now, I am definitely going to be heading in that direction. I am a completely average man as far as all that goes. Actually, that would make a good video. I'm gonna do another one talking about how average I am. Your comments belong right here.